So this is a little bit of a late video, but I wanted to go ahead and do it anyways. This is just, I went to the Pitchfork Music Festival in Chicago in the middle of July.
Look at that mess.
I think it was like the July 14th to July 16th. And yeah, obviously lots of really good musical acts there. A Tribe Called Quest, LCD Sound System, and Solange were headlining. I'll just name them, because I'm not going to name all of them. And they also have a record stand during the festival, so that's one of the things that my friends and I get excited for when we go down there. And these are the records I got. So first off, I'm going to show you the Avalanches, Since I Left You. This is their debut album. It came out in 2002. Just got repressed on vinyl. The Avalanches were actually supposed to play at the festival. They were one of the main reasons I was going, but about an hour before their set, they had to cancel, and they were supposed to have an album signing and everything. So I bought their album, and I actually found this for a really good deal. Most stands had it for like $38 to like $42, and those albums were colored blue vinyl. This is just black vinyl, which is okay with me. But this was only $23, I believe. So I bought this album. I wanted them to sign it, obviously, and then I found out they weren't going to be playing, and I was really upset because I really liked the Avalanches, and they were a strong reason as to why I was going to the festival in the first place. Moving on, I'm gonna try to really roll through these here. So we have a lot of records. I think I bought 8 while I was in Chicago. I feel like I bought more last year, but this is Minsky's Puberty 2. I actually haven't ever listened to this album in its entirety, but I did watch her set in its entirety, and she had a really good set at Pitchfork. She was definitely like really happy to be there, and this album was only like $16. I'm really excited to put this on the good old turntable over there and see what she has to offer on this album. And it does include a digital download, so I'll be able to put that on my good old iPod Classic. It almost just slid off of the futon I just threw it on. This next one, Polyvinyl record label, was at Pitchfork again this year, like they were last year. I'm kind of speaking like I've talked about this before, but I have never spoken with any of you about this, so just bear with me. But this is of Montreal's Hissing Fauna, Are You the Destroyer? This is pretty much their most popular album. Most people, if they've listened to Of Montreal, it's this album.
Were they there?
What's that?
Were they there?
No, they weren't there.
Oh.
I just wanted to get this. This is just a brand new 10th anniversary repressing of the album they just released. I think it's like $22 or $23 on their website, and they were selling it for $20 at their stand. So yeah, it's got red and yellow vinyl, it looks. It's got the full companion EP, all these extra songs at the end. There's just a lot in this package. It's definitely one of my favorite Of Montreal albums. It's one of their best albums in most people's eyes. And I didn't have it on vinyl yet, so I'm glad I finally picked it up. Moving on. We shouldn't have too much more here. Oh, this one I was pretty excited about. This wasn't the first album I bought, but this was the first album I bought where I was like, shit. I bought this at the beginning of the day. I don't have anyone to pick the album up and take it back to our condo, so I had to hold this album throughout the rest of the show on Sunday, the final day. So that's Danny Brown's Triple X. Solid Danny Brown album. I've actually only ever listened to this one and the newest one, Atrocity Exhibition. I love the simplistic red interior, and of course the songs and the sides and everything on the back. Solid rap hip hop album. You've never listened to Danny Brown? He's got a very unique voice, wouldn't you say so?
Mhm.
Yeah, so
I like him.
Danny Brown is always a good time. This album right here that I'm going to show you is the main thing when I was like, I'm going to Chicago. Polyvinyl, the people who are have Of Montreal on their record label. They have another band on their label that I really like. And I was like, I'm just going to buy this album when we're there because I knew it would only be $15 there. And it's one of my favorite albums of the year so far. And that is Juju's new album, Forget. This is a crazy, loud piece of music. It's incredibly unique and has some insane vocal deliveries. And it's one of my favorite albums of the year. And it's a beautiful baby blue and light pink. And it also comes with a free album download, fortunately, because I still rock that iPod Classic. So yeah, Juju's Forget. I was really planning on purchasing it while I was there, and I went ahead and did that. This band I actually just found out about because they released a new album. They're called Gorilla Toss, and their sound is like Saturday morning cartoons meets Sonic Youth meets Juju in a way. It's really animated, loud music with crazy vocal deliveries, a lot like Juju, and they're a really fun group. I've listened to 2 of their albums now, and I have not been disappointed. And they're really quick albums. They're like less than 30 minutes a piece, I think. So it's a really easy listen, and this is only like $14, but you can just tell that this is a pretty eccentric band just from the album artwork. And this one right here, this is actually, I think, the only used album I bought. It is Bauhaus's Press the Eject, and Give Me the Tape. Bauhaus is one of my favorite bands from the 80s, I would say. Dark wave, gothic music, a little bit of punk. And I actually have not listened to this album. I still haven't, to be honest with you. But it is a live album, and it's a little beat up. It's got some like weird brown stains. It was used, and it was $12, but I was just like, you know what? I really like Bauhaus. I've never seen this record in person. I'll just grab it, whatever. And it looks like we have, we have one more in here, and this one honestly is nothing. It's just a Hot Chip record. It's called In Our Heads. I think it was one of the first ever, probably not first ever, but one of the first Vinyl Me Please records of the month. And one of the stands there got a whole bunch of these for free. I think Vinyl Me Please or somebody just gave them a bunch of these, so they were selling it for literally $3. They had a whole bunch of these, so I just gave them 3 $1 bills and said, I'll take it. Usually this runs for $22 or whatever they charge monthly, so $3. Why the hell not, right? So that's everything I bought in Chicago for the Pitchfork Music Festival. So is there anything else you would like to see?
No. Yes, no.
I'm going to give you some bonus records.
Okay.
I recently just received in the mail my Kendrick Lamar Damn vinyl. It's got his little squiggly signature right there.
That you bought extra money for?
Yeah, you didn't have very nice things to say about his signature.
That.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like I said before, I hear that the signature on the previous album was a lot worse. And I don't know why. The way they send it is they give you a sleeve
With the
that's signature sign, and then they give you another copy with the records in it, of course. So I don't know. I guess I'll keep the records in this one and just try to keep this one safe. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I could if I really felt so inclined. And this is my recent Vinyl Me Please mail package I received. This is a Sin Cane album. I think it's, what is it called? Mars. I thought that's what it was called. This is Sin Cane's first album. I don't really know how to describe this band. They're really funky. I saw them live at one of the first concerts I ever went to. They were opening for Toro y Moi back in 2013. Like I said, one of the first concerts I had ever been to. And I actually thought their live performance was really energetic, and it was one of the first openers of a concert that I actually really ended up enjoying. I never really listened to them after that for a while, but they just had a garage sale on Vinyl Me Please, and this album was only $11, so I was like, you know what? I'll finally go ahead and pick that up. Next one, speaking of Toro y Moi, his brand new album, ordered this, like I said, from Vinyl Me Please. It was like $22. I've always been a fan of Toro y Moi. He does a good job of, I think, changing up his sound with each project. I've kind of found myself lacking interest in his newer projects in recent years. I don't know if I'm just growing out of it or if he's just going directions that I'm not particularly fond of. But either way, I did listen to this new album, and it definitely has a very firm theme, and he sticks with it. Some of the songs are like just a little bit boring, but there are also some really good ones on there too, and it gives me a real 80s vibe. So solid Toro y Moi album, not bad at all. I did enjoy it. And I swapped out the record of the month. I can't even remember what the record of the month was for this Jenny Haval album, Blood Bitch. This came out back in like October, and I actually never got around to listening to it, but I've listened to some of her older stuff. I like Jenny Haval, and I actually saw her live at the Pitchfork Music Festival last year. So this is what I got as album of the month instead of whatever the June album of the month was. So yeah, that's basically what I got for you. If you enjoy this, just comment. Let me know what you think. If you think I should just stop, then I will. But yeah, just let me know if you guys want to keep seeing this. Yeah, I think that's about all I have. Is that all? Do you have anything to say, Nancy?
No.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, then we'll see you later.